Welcome everyone to Totally Online Gaming Group's Twitch channel. We're glad you guys could join us for our next episode in our D&D 5th edition campaign, The Blackest Heart. Thankfully, this will be the last episode that I am out of town, so this is the last one that we're all kind of
Hold
low
on.
tech, so to speak.
Wait. No, we're good.
Holding on.
We're good.
We're good. Okay. So there's the last one that we're kind of low tech. As such, that's why you do not see video of me, because it's having some issues with internet connection where I'm at. So trying to minimize that load and hopefully make at least my audio come across clear.
Hey, I've been subscribed for
but-
13 months.
Oh wow! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Wow. Is anyone going to try to catch her? Anybody?
I will hold the record.
The record. So, for announcements tonight, I got a couple of them. First, as always, is our shout out to our sponsor, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. Jacob, you want this, or shall I?
Howdy. So, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies, as you know, they make amazing dice bags, dice trays, minis, and gaming mats. Anything tabletop needs. Now, if there's any specific mini that you don't see in their shop, like let's say you want a transposer yeast.
Please never call it that again.
You can go into their website, go to their contact us, and send them an email saying, hey, I would like this mini. And they would come with you and help you and do what they can to set up a way to make that mini for you. Now, in their shop, anything that you buy, you can add the code TOGG15 for 15% off of any order. TOGG 15%. It's a pretty good deal. Now, with everything going on and stuff like that in the campaign, I have decided that I was going to go ahead and get everyone a customized dice tray from our D&D party. So I will talk with all of you after stream to get that going. But yeah, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies. Back to you, DM.
All right.
Need a dice tray.
Wow. Well, hey, that's a nice announcement, especially dice trays. That's cool. Nice surprise there. So now, speaking of surprises and things to celebrate, I've mentioned it a couple times briefly, but recently we hit over 500 followers on Twitter, and that was the next goal we had in order to do a giveaway. So next week we are going to do a giveaway. So somewhere around mid-stream or so, we will pause for a little bit, and I will run a giveaway. And the prize for this giveaway is going to be a $50 gift card on Hero Forge so that you can make your own custom mini. So hopefully you'll be tuned in for that and be wanting to get yourself a mini. And let me think about that one.
I think that would be
But
cheating.
no, we
well, it's still a free-for-all draw.
We'll discuss. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just do one just for you guys and see. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So I mean, it was kind of a big jump because we were, I think, somewhere in like the 460s or 70s when I was like, hey, let's try to push for 500. And within like a week, thanks to all you wonderful people, it jumped up. Now we're at like 550 almost. So it really went up. So thanks for all your support on that. And also the biggest thing you guys can do for support is to throw us a follow on here on Twitch to let us know that you're out there, and spread the word. Let your friends know. Shout us out on social media. Let us help us to grow and get bigger so that we can do more fun contests, more things like that, as well as hopefully, improve our content and the quality of the stuff that we can put out for you guys. So that's I think that's pretty much it for announcements. Well, unless anybody else has anything. Any other surprises? No? Okay. Well, then without further ado, we bring you The Blackest Heart. And we're back, although we never really left, did we?
Whoa.
But no, we are back. Now, for tonight's recap, I'm going to do things a little differently. I've already discussed this with the players, so they know what I want them to do. But basically, unfortunately, we were missing two of our wonderful players last week, and the tech issues just gave us a nightmare, so we just recorded the audio, and we actually even didn't get like the last 20 to 30 minutes audio because for some reason it cut out, and it didn't give any kind of warning that it cut out, so we lost that. So what we're going to do is, for the three that were here, Jacob, Eurydice, and Rogar, we're going to kind of go back in time just a little bit to just after everything happened the week prior, with Eurydice kind of trying to hold the ship and the party hostage in an attempt to get the piece of the Blackest Heart from Diana.
My evil plan.
And what we're going to do, is Jacob, Eurydice, and Rogar, there it goes again, mixing up those two names, are going to go ahead and kind of explain.
Them up? They're not similar to each other.
I
really
know. It's just weird, but it happened. But I'm going to have those
Hurts
three.
us every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, kind of explain. It's going to become a meme, you know that, don't you? If we get popular enough, it's going to be a meme. But I'm going to have you three kind of describe to the audience and to Diana and Zeroth what you did right after that event, and kind of for the rest of that day, and then Diana and Zeroth can kind of jump in and say, well, this is what I'm going to do during that time period. And then we'll do that to cover like the 3 or 4 days that we went through in the last session. And I want you guys to kind of place some heavy emphasis on the last part that we didn't actually get recorded the audio for. So, because no one saw that. And because we only had audio, just so you guys know, we put it out on podcast form. And I did give a little explanation at the end that we lost the audio and stuff, but we put it into podcast form. So it's not on YouTube because it was just audio. So if you want to catch that, please go to anchor.fm/TOGGDM. And then you can listen to that episode on there. It's episode 67. And you guys can check that out there to listen all the way up to the 2.5 hours or so that we were able to get. All right. So that being said, the three from last week, feel free to go ahead and start explaining what you guys did and happened at that time, and then Diana and Zeroth, jump in as you feel you need to.
Alrighty.
Will do.
Well, immediately after everything, Eurydice was like, hey, I can't be trusted anymore. I surrender. Please tie me up. I will submit to anything. Just don't let me do anything. She has realized she fucked up.
And in that moment, I believe it was Rogar who did tie her up.
Yeah, Rogar tied her up.
They're so out of sync on.
It was
I can just hear Morgan Freeman's voice. It was at this time she knew that she fucked up.
Jacob had walked away to continue helping with the fires being put out with his water elemental. And then afterwards, after the fire elemental went out in the hour, the captain came over and spoke to Rogar and Eurydice if you two would like to.
And the captain immediately was very, very rude, and like
He was.
the only reason I was upset.
Why?
No, the only reason I was upset with him is that he didn't recognize that I realized that I have fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think that matters.
But he was like treating her that like she wasn't there.
I'm not surprised.
And then, after the captain had walked away, Jacob intercepted him after a moment. The captain then proceeded to say, it is up to them, the party, to decide what to do with her, as he is well aware that they are capable of taking her out. Jacob referred to the fact that she was dead for maybe a few seconds, and the captain acknowledged and said that, oh no, he knew, and thanked Jacob for doing so. Afterwards, everyone just kind of went about their business. Eurydice was put into not only just a self exile into her room, but this is where you're staying until we either leave or something crazy happens.
Yep.
And so that was, I believe, all of the first day.
Rogar
Anything else?
Rogar tended to people's wounds. And then that's when I met, I think that's the day that I met that boy. The young
I
one.
think
Thomas?
You started your therapy sessions.
Yeah, because I was like, oh yeah. 'Cause
Yes.
I was like, oh yeah, I can't heal anymore, but I can help your brain.
On the second day,
On the second day.
Well,
of
do
Christmas.
Diana and Zeroth want to jump in and do anything on that first day when all that stuff happened?
and that is
Honestly, Diana would have stayed with Jacob most of the time. And when Eurydice was put into the room, the last thing Diana would have said to her, she probably would have just warned her that if she doesn't stay in the room,
She's
yeah,
like,
no,
hey,
it's,
wait,
it's, a
that
pretty,
is
it's a
right.
pretty nice clear. Just,
Yeah.
No, I didn't catch the last bit.
I don't think she.
Okay.
Well, that's-
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
she was
thinking the
dealing with the
window.
blinds.
I thought God was coming through the window. I was like, oh,
God was
fucking
coming in.
Taylor.
Okay.
Yes.
God
No,
was
Taylor
making a
again.
cameo.
No.
No, Diana would have just warned Eurydice that if she did not stay in the room, she cannot guarantee any repercussions that might come to Eurydice from either herself or anyone else on the boat.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then she would have stayed with Jacob for the entire first day.
Zeroth.
For myself personally, Zeroth would demand that she be locked up, and that's from what I've been told she does.
Willingly.
From that point on, I'd be really
still
pissed.
ordered
Still,
to stay in the room.
Yeah.
All throughout this, she's like, "That's the plan. I'm not going anywhere.
kind of felt
I'm
personally
staying in the
attacked in
room."
this bit because the billows were destroyed.
Yep.
My bomb was used, so now I'm down to 2. Which I will be trying to craft more bombs later on. And because of just how annoyed I am, I'm just going to help clean up the ship and attempt to rebuild what's fucking destroyed.
Okay. And yeah, your help is definitely appreciated. I mean, you are the only Goliath on board, and while there are the captain and Antonio and a couple other half-orcs, most of the rest of the crew... Hold on one sec. Most of the rest of the crew is, a mix of, some humans, maybe a couple half-elves here. You don't see any elves other than Eurydice is the only full-on elf that you guys see on board. It seems to be... The crew seems to be kind of put together more of those that would be kind of cast off a little bit. Half-orcs and half-elves aren't necessarily looked the greatest on by, either side of their parentage, and so a lot of times they're kind of treated like lower class and outcast a
Racism,
bit.
yay!
And yeah, and then you see some humans and stuff like
I mean,
that
not
going
yay.
around. And
Please don't mistake
yeah.
what I've said for anything wrong.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, don't worry.
I
She
mean
was being
racism as
sarcastic,
in,
I
yes, it
guarantee
is
you.
everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you're the only Goliath on board, so yeah, there are a couple people that are pretty darn strong, but no one is got your carrying capacity when it comes to being able to lift heavy weights and move them around.
Fair enough.
So you are being utilized as much as you allow. You know, you're moving heavy shit.
Sweet,
Is
sweet.
this like still? Is this directly after the fire was put out, or is this like the next morning?
I thought this was like immediately
this is
after
pretty
the
much-
state.
The day
Yeah,
of.
pretty much
everything
immediately after.
Okay.
Yeah, day
She's
of.
getting locked up, cleaning up the boat, getting things fixed.
Man, I feel like we're emphasizing really on this lockup part.
Yeah. Is there any other things that you were doing there, Rogar? Did you pretty much it was the kind of the counseling
Yeah, I just-
sessions and the meetings?
Yeah, I just tend
Okay.
to people that day.
Alright.
Okay.
The second
Alright.
day.
So that was that day.
On the
Okay, that's
second
what I
day
did.
of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
The second day, I believe it was Rogar who was out and about first. The front mast suddenly
Crack.
broke, cracked, and fell.
The audacity.
Uh, Ro-
Why was I outside?
I do not know the reason you were outside. I think you were
Probably more
way-
counseling.
yeah, you were
Oh,
probably
I
on
think
your
you
way
were
to do
using
more.
your fly spells to push the
Act-
boat.
Actually, if I
Oh,
if I
yeah.
remember right, yeah, it was a combination of counseling and trying to get movement on the boat.
That's right, yeah. I do have fly prepared.
As that happened, Rogar went over to check what was going on, and most of the other crew had also joined in there. And underneath was a crew member who seemed to have died from the impact, and a very gravely injured Antonio.
Whoa.
Rogar had helped with lifting up and carried Mr. Antonio to his room and tended to him as best as he could.
Yeah, a lot of healing was burned. A lot of lay on hands. in
Diana
different
probably
spots.
would have. The second day, Diana would have helped Rogar with as much of the healing as she could have. In regards to Antonio, she would have routinely and very frequently kept checking up on him and trying to make sure he was okay and taking care of him.
Diana, stop trying to kill my. This is my bonding moment. He's in my bed.
I don't believe there was much that was done with the other two that day. I believe it was mostly that happened. And then later on that day, after all the math and stuff, like the morning time, there wasn't much. Later on during the day, Jacob came out and started working and getting a bunch of the crew member back in to try to rebuild the bellows once again.
I would have assisted.
They
Eurydice there was having some
Oh yeah, Eurydice
couple
was,
small things happening in her room.
Eurydice was just training Daydream to be more of a emotional support dog instead of, attack dog, because
or just a dog.
she's not letting this dog get hurt. Well, I'm not letting this dog get hurt. And
You realize by blowing up the ship and lighting it on fire.
yes,
you've
I
almost
do
killed your
realize
dog.
that. I do realize that, okay? And Eurydice realizes that, and she hates herself because of that.
There's a lot of self-hate going on.
Yes.
I saw it.
And this is why she no longer trusts herself.
All salt for the wound.
And Eurydice was also just reading that book about
And-
Tenebris. Over and over and over
Yep.
again because she was
And-
bored and she had nothing else to do.
Yeah, and that was something of note to point out, is that when she went in there, she was distraught and everything. She didn't really pay attention to the fact that she had the book at first, but then after a while, it just felt like it was right to read it. It felt like this is what I should be doing right now.
The bellows specifically were made. They weren't at full strength as they were beforehand. It was, I believe, it was built back up to be like 75% speed with what they had made before. But yeah, I believe that was all of the events that happened on the second day.
Yeah. Yeah, day 2 was it was busy in the morning and dead in the afternoon.
I think a lot of people were just tending to.
Oh, I held the funeral. I also did that.
Yes.
Yes, Rogar helped and created a ceremony and funeral for the one person that did, the one crew member that did pass away from the mass falling.
Yes, the mass attack.
All right.
All right.
I believe
And
that is
so,
all of
and it
two.
looks like, yeah, and it looks like, so Zeroth and Diana, you, that's pretty much
And
what you did.
wasn't
Is
there
Diana,
one-
you helped out.
Wasn't there like one day where Jacob brought a book outside of Eurydice's door?
That would be the third day.
Yes.
I think that was
Yeah.
Dave. Yep.
And there was also
Yeah.
the day.
But
there's
Diana,
also a
you
point-
you helped out with Antonio, and then Zeroth, you helped out with rebuilding the bellows, right?
Yeah, just in general. Yeah,
Okay.
just keeping his hands busy.
She also
Alright.
would have checked up on anyone if they still had like minor injuries and whatnot from the Kraken fight.
Hmm.
If they weren't fully healed
Yeah.
yet.
Anybody?
But yeah,
got
her
Yeah,
main
as far
concern
as-
would have been Antonio.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, most of the crew, other than what they got from the fires and that, most of them are doing okay. Just minor everyday things, splinters here and there, scuffed knees, or knuckles or whatever, just standard stuff that they're used to getting on the ship. Nothing lingering or major, other than Antonio, because of the mast falling.
I believe that night, as one of the last things that happened, Rogar and Jacob had a conversation, and Jacob had admitted that he cannot see Eurydice as an ally, and anytime the thought of being around her was there, he had the action and the idea of killing her again, and admitted it to Rogar.
Rogar said for his penance, it was he had to go to bed.
Yep. Go to sleep.
Sleep on it, man.
Well,
The worst night
it's
of
more-
sleep he ever had.
It's more like if you're mad at everyone else, you're hungry. If you think everyone hates you, you need to go to sleep.
Fair.
That or
but-
third choice. Fuck him.
Fair. On the third day.
So yeah, that was pretty much day 2. Third day. Yep.
Third day, it was a pretty quiet day. I think everyone was mostly just tending to themselves. Jacob was specifically, he spent most of the day reading, and then reading his war tactics book and strategies to get more planning out of that, as well as worked on spell things, and then went to the mess hall. Now, if either you two would like to describe what you guys were doing, because that was me going from morning basically to that night.
Yeah.
Diana, I don't know if you want one of us to jump in here. Or-
It could be
Yeah.
any of you.
Diana, that would have been when she started all the record keeping. She would have gone to every single person on that ship, including the captain, and would have asked them to recount all the events since they left port to now, how they remember it. And she would have kept a written log of everything they said, and she would have kept them separated per crew member.
Okay. And there are quite a few crew members, so this is something that is definitely occupying your time. Some of them
All day.
are some of them are quite abrupt in their language and their words, so it's just very short answers, no real embellishment of details, and so talking to those guys and recording that stuff, it goes quickly. Others, however, are extremely verbose, and you find between a couple of them, like 2 or 3 of them, that takes up like a couple hours just to get through a couple of those guys. The captain is one of them. He seems to be very detail oriented, and he lays out everything. And whether or not that, in your experience from talking to other people and your own recollection, matches exactly what you recall, it's close enough that you figure it's probably just differences of perspective and where people were
And that's
during
why
things.
she's doing it.
Yeah, but he is very keen on details, and he gives you a ton. Just talking to him itself took 2 hours to kind of cover all that. But he was open to it, and he also did say thank you to you, and said, I haven't said it enough to yourself and Jacob and Rogar and Zeroth. Thank you for dealing with that situation with your friend Eurydice.
Sadly, the first thing that's gonna pop out of Diana's mouth without thinking about it, because she had been dealing with everybody's recollections from the entire day, and she's stressed enough as is, first thing that would have popped out of her mouth without thinking is, I wouldn't call her that.
Understood.
Because what Eurydice did, fuck with her. And after she got all the records, because she would have done the captain last, she would have went to go find Jacob.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Which
show
is
him
when they went to dinner, basically.
And she would have showed him, like, this is everything I've got from every single crew member, including the captain, for historical record keeping about what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah, the only one that you really didn't get anything from was Antonio, because he has just been out, just mostly sleeping and recovering the whole time.
I believe that on this day, on the 3rd day, Rogar and Jacob both had a conversation with... Jacob had a conversation with the captain. Because while he was in the mess hall, just kind of generally being around everyone and eating, he heard strange noises coming from the wall. Jacob, not thinking fully about where it was coming from, went up to the captain, because he had assumed that it was a part of the cargo, the mysterious cargo. He went to the captain's chambers and had told the captain that if that cargo is something that is going to be a liability, Jacob's not going to hesitate to take out anyone that is going to be a threat. In which the captain said, likewise, if I see you guys as a threat, I will not hesitate to take you guys out. As a kind of mutual respect and threat to each other.
So would Diana have been with Jacob during that conversation? If it was after the mess hall?
You were probably busy.
Because she reconnected with Jacob in the mess hall.
I would say that may be reasonable. That's up to Jacob, though.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
If he had wanted to speak privately. So yeah, that's perfectly fine. You could have been there as well.
And then he went on and went back to discover it himself and learned that the sound was actually coming from Eurydice's room because she had been ecstatic about finding out or finishing up some training for the day with Daydream.
She's just training her dog, which isn't going super well, but it's going well enough. It's like training
And
a
I
dog.
believe, as far as I remember, that was the most that happened on the third day.
Well, then
I
you
think-
came back and you left a book by her door.
Yes.
I
JP.
would also like to add, sorry, I just thought of it. When she was talking to the captain, because she's writing down everything she's hearing, she would have unintentionally wrote, I wouldn't call her that, when she said it on the parchment, so Jacob would have seen that when he read them all.
That evening as well,
Rogar,
Jacob did bring back a book, his dragon book that he kept from nearly the beginning of the campaign, and left it by Eurydice's door so that she had another thing to do.
And at that time, Rogar, you had gone with him, I believe. Because I remember both of you were standing outside her door.
Yes.
For that.
Yeah, because the morning I spent with Antonio, never left the side. Then we went out to do his little walk around. And then I can't remember if I went to the captain, then ran into Jacob. I think it was that I went to the captain to go give pay for Antonio being out of work, and then everything was fine. Then I bumped into Jacob, and then we went to go figure out what the sound was.
And to remind everyone, what did you and the captain talk about, and what happened in there?
Boom, boom.
What did me and the captain talk about?
Do you not remember?
I barely
You
ever.
kind of mentioned it a little bit already. Yeah,
I know.
You kind of mentioned it a little already.
We talked about Antonio, and then he brought up about like how he was thankful for the ceremony. There was something on his desk that he put aside that I couldn't see at that time, and then he got it to go get some ale or something. And I didn't take the advantage to look.
Right. Well, what Rogar would remember, and what I did describe to you then, is that you did notice, it was kind of an odd angle to look at it, so it's not like you could read it exactly, but they were, it was kind of a stack of parchment papers, kind of stacked up, and looking at it from the angle you looked at it, it looked very structured and organized in a way that was very familiar to you.
Oh yeah.
Because of your time dealing with them, to you, it kind of reminded you of some of the military forms that were used by the Kingdom of Arkspire.
Yeah.
And the reason you remember that is because when you dealt with Arkspire in your previous portion of your life, there was a lot of military paperwork that went between the two sides.
Yeah, I mean the captain had
it just
a drink.
reminded you of that.
Yeah, I didn't look at the papers because that's just so rude. The captain said something about like being really dope. That's what I'm changing it to. I was really dope.
I mean, fair.
I mean, I think he thanked me for all my services that I was doing. I am doing a lot for free.
He did. He said that he really appreciated the funeral rites and ceremony that you performed for the member of his crew, because that really helped those, especially those on the crew that were close to him, to find a little bit of closure and be able to focus on the task at hand, which is getting the hell out of here and trying to, get the ship and everyone else back safely. So he appreciated that a lot and said that that is, that is something that is you do a great credit upon yourself as well as those that you call companions.
Yes. And then yeah, I finished my drink. It was really good. I passed my con save and I headed out.
Yeah.
Then I was like, "Hey yo, Jacob, what's good?" And Jacob was like, "Hey yo, I hear knocking or some shit."
And they went to check, and sure enough, it was Jersey's.
And yours was just like, can I help you?
And then Jacob just walked away.
Yep.
To which Diana would have went with him.
And I was like, "Sorry, no book." Because I remember being asked for a book, and then I was
Yeah.
like, "I can't find one. I only read Tenebris."
And Zeroth, what were you doing during that day? was
I
the
was
third day.
actually attempting to create more of my bombs, with everything that we've already collected and stuff like that.
Okay. What I will need from you then
Bum, bum.
is is an alchemy skill check. If you have the alchemist kit. If you do not have the alchemist kit, then it is going to be a wisdom check.
It's gonna be a wisdom check.
Just would say, I'm pretty sure you do not have an alchemist kit.
All right. How many do you need?
I just want you to start with one. We'll see where that one goes.
I got a 1.
Oh no.
Nice.
A natural one?
A natural 1.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, even with any bonuses or what is your wisdom modifier?
It's
Just
just a
chance?
base. It's just a 0.
Oh,
Okay. So you got a total of a 1. Okay, so
Ye.
you spend about
Hey, just call it a
first...
brain fart.
Well, no, you spend about the first 3 hours just analyzing it, just looking at it, and then trying to, imagine you're putting together a very complex piece of IKEA furniture, but you are the most organized motherfucker on the planet. So you are taking every little bolt and wooden toggle and everything, and you're lining them all up, and you're trying to verify all your pieces. You're not sure what you're supposed to do with them, but damn, it looks organized.
good job.
That's what you spend
Right.
about 3 hours of the day doing.
Okay then.
Now you can try again.
All right. Let's try for a higher number.
Here we go.
Maybe get a 2
Yeah.
this time. How about that?
I'm just waiting for the moment you
All
accidentally.
right. Got a
blow the
13
shit.
this time.
A 13. Okay. You think, now that you got everything organized, you think you've got an idea on how to start this. So you take one of these specially tempered and designed glass bottles.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead and you start putting some of this oil that you purchased for this into there, and you try to compare it to one of your remaining grenades and try to see if you can get kind of the ratio of the amount of oil compared to the amount of space left in there correctly. Okay, you think you got it. Now you start adding in the
ball
basically
bearings.
like the metal ball
and stuff.
bearings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're careful to not chip the glass and everything. And it seems to be going well. You're going nice and slow and careful. Now, from what you had gathered before, somehow the air in these things is completely removed. And you're not sure how to do that. You remember that when you kind of talked it over with some of the other party members and they put their brain together, there had to be some kind of magic involved. And you're not sure exactly how to do it.
The magic of science.
So you figure you need to either get one of the magic users involved in helping you figure that out, or you're going to need to spend more time on that.
Hold on a second.
But until then,
Yeah, no, I don't have anything. Never mind.
until then, I will need you to make an intelligence check.
An intelligence check. Well, let's hope I'm smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, don't fail me now. Alright, I got a 19.
Ooh, very good. That's also a very, very good thing. As you realize, okay, if I don't get the air out of this, but I put this piece of flint that they had shaped into a conical shape, kind of like is in the actual grenade that you bought, into the stopper on the inside and put it in, and this jiggles around, there's a chance it could create a spark and go boom just by being in there because the air's in there. So you are smart enough to realize, you know what, I'm just going to put a rubber stopper in this for now, and I'm not going to put the flint together. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So you manage to get that much of it kind of put together, and I'll say over, depending on how much time you want to put into that, over the remainder of the day, you manage to accomplish getting about 4 of them to that state.
Okay, because I was gonna say I'm gonna stay up like all the way up until midnight in purgatory. I'm just gonna keep going until I feel like I've got a little too much to hold.
Yep, and you get 4 of them done, because a couple times, it's just like, okay, wait a minute, crap, maybe that's too much oil, and you're second guessing yourself and stuff, and you're just trying to make sure you get these right. So
how many rejects do you think I would made per se?
Rejects, not necessarily any.
Okay.
It's just trying to get the proportions right, because you were told things needed to be precise. And so in order to try to get the ratio right with these different bottle sizes.
Well, my brain's thinking of this way: I want some of them to be the bomb to throw it, boom, it explodes. Other of them just can be fuel that I could just tie to it, so it doesn't necessarily have to go boom. It can just be an accelerant on the side.
If that's the case, you got 4 of them that you got to a state where you think they can be good on their own if you can figure out how to get the air removed and you get the flint piece in the stopper right and all that. And then you have 10 of the other bottles that you basically just chock-a-blocked full with oil and ball bearings.
Question: were there any times where he got aggravated enough he accidentally just crushed the bottle in his hand? Because big Goliath hand and small bottle.
It's possible. You'll have to ask him. You'll have to see if he's got any cuts on his hand. So yeah, if you want to get into that much detail, I'll have you roll a lot.
I made cookies. That's what I made.
You microwaved cookies.
Nice.
That's possible.
I would hope not.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you were preheating the oven. That's what I heard.
But it's also possible to microwave.
All right.
Shouldn't.
You should.
Okay. Did anyone else have anything on that third day that you had accomplished or needed to go over again? I think that was basically it.
I think I'm good.
Okay. So, day 4.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Jacob had woken up early. Did I think an hour of reading on his book. Yes.
I was gonna ask when you guys figured out the other stuff, but apparently there's more than just 3 days. So
Yeah, there's.
Yes,
I think
there
the
was-
fourth day is the
fourth
last
day was
day.
the last day. Jacob went up onto the deck and had a conversation with the Dreamer of Dreams. On one of the previous days, in character, Jacob finally had figured out exactly the time, how it was 5 days out while it was 1 day in there. Learning that the cycle was actually the sun bleeding over and all of that. Now,
Diana would have had a panic attack
trust me, Jacob did too.
because she's sitting here going, "I have a time limit.
Mm-hmm.
We're moving slower than what the time limit is actually moving.
No, you're moving faster.
If 1 day in purgatory is 5 days in the normal world,
Yeah, we're moving extremely slow.
Yep.
But relative to our world, we're still moving. We're skipping weeks.
Yes.
she's losing time of her deal,
That's what
Yeah.
I mean by us moving faster.
And-
which would cause her to panic.
Yes.
I'm already lost.
In the real world,
timey-wimey.
time is gone. We lost a lot of time in the real world.
Yes.
Gotcha.
We've already lost over a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With
Damn, yo.
with that, he then went and talked to the Dreamer of Dreams about cycles itself, and re-mentioned that it was 20 cycles that he said that we would get there. Now being, I think it was at that point 15.
No.
No, I can't remember
It was
exactly.
when you originally talked to him 4 days ago.
Yes,
He said it would be 70 cycles.
70 cycles. Thank you.
And when
sorry.
you talk to him now, he said it's 20 cycles less. So it's 50.
Yes, 50 cycles to go. And
Yes, at the current with the current way you are traveling.
yes,
Time to turn me into a big fucking bird.
So one cycle is 5 days,
Yes.
and we've already
Yes,
gone 50
and-
cycles.
And no, one, yeah, no,
Oh, goodness.
one cycle is five days. So, or I should, the way you look at it is cycles are actual days that are occurring because
Out
it's
in
the
the-
cycle of the
A day
light
for
and
us
the
is
dark.
5 cycles, right? Which is also 5 days
yes.
in the real world.
Yes, a day for us is 5 cycles. A day in purgatory is 5 cycles.
Yep.
So, wouldn't it?
Can y'all just like type it out like this equals this down here in the little chat? Because we're all smashing our brains against this. Cycle means this and cycle means that.
Oh, I'm just dying from hiccups. That's
Well,
what I
put-
was talking about.
Here, just put it this way. Okay. In purgatory, 4 days ago he said it would take you 14 days to get to your destination. Now he's saying it'll take you 10 days to get to your destination. How that translates into the real world is basically, he said 4 days ago, he said it was going to take you 3.5 months. And now he's saying it's going to take you 2.5 months. Because a month of real world time has gone by.
And how much time has gone by since we left Southcut?
Dear God.
Since you left Southcut, it was, I believe, or actually, Arkspire is where you left. It was
No, I'm asking my question correctly.
Three-
Since the capital of Southcut, how long has it been?
since the capital of Southcut. Okay, because that was about a week's worth of journey, so it's about 4 weeks, before you entered the portal, and then it's been basically 4 more weeks, so 2 months total.
2 months have passed.
Hmm.
Alright.
And we have how much time left? 2.5 months?
2.5 months is from, according to the Dreamer of Dreams, before you reach the portal leading out. And who knows where that's going to dump you.
Diana, can I do a conversation with Jacob after learning this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because she's hitting slight panic,
Mhm.
and she would have stayed by him, so she would have heard the conversation and pieced it together. She would look at Jacob and go, I have 2 months left. I have a month and a half to get to my mother and kill her by the time we get out of here.
I am aware. I understand, and I'm with you on this.
And the only thing that's going to leave Diana's lips is, she just sealed my death sentence.
And one other thing you realize is that, as far as you can remember from your home continent, it will take you approximately 1 month from where you are most likely going to make landfall to get from there to where your kingdom is, or your mother's
Yeah,
kingdom.
she won't have enough time.
That's why I have a plan.
So
No, it doesn't matter. Even if we get out of purgatory, she physically won't have enough time.
I still have a plan.
But no, Diana's gonna look at Jacob, and the only thing that's gonna leave her mouth is, she sealed my fucking death sentence. And she's going to be getting visibly angry.
Question. Wasn't that information given before, like the day, how many days it was going to take, is before the whole Eurydice
yes.
blow up thing?
Yes,
So technically your death was sealed before. Just, since I have to play advocate for Eurydice. Yeah, I have to, be
the way Diana's looking at it is, had Eurydice not destroyed part of the ship and caused all these issues, they might have been able to make it, barely. But because they had to waste so much time repairing the ship and repairing the billows, she's blaming it on Eurydice.
Okay. I will say this. Roll a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Plus... I got a 17.
Okay. So, with that score, Diana may feel that way, but when she really thinks about it, she knows deep down.
No, you're not overriding that. She would still blame Eurydice flat out.
Right, and I'm saying that. She may do that. I'm saying, but deep down inside of you somewhere, time-wise, that's not the case, but you're not able to accept it. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly, because you're not able to accept it. But I'm saying, time-wise, it didn't adjust the time at all, as far as...
Still doesn't matter, because to her, she's still blaming Eurydice.
Yes, no, that is what he is saying.
Perfectly
He's
fine.
not disagreeing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not at all. I'm saying Diana, behaves and does what she does with how she feels. I'm saying informationally, she does understand the math, but she still does things the way she does them.
Emotion is different than logics, and emotions are
exactly
things right now.
Exactly.
And then with that same day, on the 4th day.
Well, because the reason I bring that up is, she would admit to Jacob, if she's gonna take my life, I'm taking hers.
No. Not now.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
Not now. And he is fully removed and is, in a sense, glaring with his actual eyes towards Diana. Not now.
Then when? Because by the time we get out, I'll be dead.
I'm doing everything in my power to make sure this doesn't happen. So give me time.
Even if we get out, we're not going to make it.
Give me time, please. I will be the first one to do anything to any of these people here. Give me time. I want to see if I can do something.
I don't have time to give.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh no!
Chaos!
Chaos ensues!
Jacob
call
throws a
DM.
vitriolic spear.
I call being DM.
No.
A Tarask suddenly appears.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
No,
God.
Victoria.
Oh, there he is.
That'll speed us up.
Banish the giraffe.
Tarask, not a giraffe.
Giraffe.
I heard giraffe.
Giraffe
Oh, man.
appears.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
No.
Not a
Giraffe.
Uh,
Their necks are too long. It's gonna take us all out.
Uh-oh, what did I miss?
Oh, I called DM while you were gone, and I summoned
I thought a
Tarask,
giraffe appeared.
and Nick thought it was a giraffe.
I don't have my hearing aids in, so I can't hear certain
It's all good.
enunciations.
That's fine.
Yes.
Um,
I still like it. The deadly giraffe of Doom.
Of Purgatory, the deadly giraffe of Purgatory.
Yes.
Hey, there might be a killer giraffe here. You don't even know it.
All you see is this head come
Hold on.
over the edge of the boat and then a very
Oh,
long
no.
neck, and it just keeps
Oh, no.
going and going and going.
They are
and
the
going
sharks
and
of
going.
Purgatory.
It's
They are the
just
sharks
has
of
that
Purgatory.
neck that goes on forever.
its main attack is that it uses its really long tongue to just slap you across the face.
I mean, they'll full on whip each other with their head. Like they ain't,
Oh, yeah.
they ain't afraid.
Oh yeah.
all of a sudden, you just see across the top of the ship.
Anywho's, I apologize.
Anyway,
No worries. Okay.
But no,
All right.
what was the last thing you heard before you dipped?
That Jacob was basically staring down Diana and saying, "Not now," and you said, basically, "If not now, when?" And he's just like, "Just not now." That's pretty much.
Yeah,
Where
he
I-
had
hearing
said, yeah, he had asked her to give him time, to which she replied with, "I don't have any time to give."
Okay.
And
All right.
I mean, he can't disagree. He can't argue that there is truth behind that word, regardless of the logic behind it. There is a lot of logical truth in the current moment. I mean, the most that he is saying is, "I'm trying to make it to where you have more time."
I have nothing to offer to try and extend it. Good for Eurydice. She broke off her contract. She doesn't have to deal with it anymore. I can't.
I am
And
aware.
without her, I can't even summon him.
With her, you can't either now.
I am aware.
So what do you expect me to do? Sit here and just wait to die?
I'm expecting. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you what I'm doing, which is, well, I asked you not to kill someone. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it. Not yet. I am going to give you time. I will find a way to give you time. I don't care how it's going to happen. I'm going to get you time.
Hearing that, Diana is going to, not roughly, but grab the front of his robes and hold him steady and go, "Swear to me you will not deal with, make a deal, or try to fight him."
I can promise on the two first things. I cannot promise you on the last one. If he takes your life, I'm going to hunt him. And there will not
You
be
will
anything
not
done.
give yours for mine.
I will not.
I need to hear you promise me that.
I promise I will not give my own life for yours. To this person.
yeah, but you could just sacrifice Eurydice. Everything will be fine. Oh
She's
my
debating
God,
it.
was that
Good
your
idea.
plan? Was that
She
your
was
plan?
debating it.
That's not a bad idea.
Was that your
Quickly!
goddamn
No.
plan?
No. Maybe. Don't worry
You
about
were quiet for too long.
it.
But after hearing him promise that, she will let go of his robes and admit to Jacob that if I see her, I cannot guarantee I will not attack her on sight right now.
Your ass needs to stay in your room.
Likewise, we're both in the same ballpark.
Can she use modify memory on herself?
Good question. I actually don't know.
I think you can. Because you're able
what's
to
the spell?
use
Yeah,
encode.
what's the spell say?
You
What's the spell
attempt
say?
to
Does it say
reshape
touch?
another creature's memory.
Okay, yeah. So
One
then,
creature
no,
that you can see. So if she's looking in a mirror,
yeah.
Oh, well, no. So for
No.
you to encode your
It's-
own
it's-
memory, you have to have encode thoughts cantrip. So you can pull the memory out
Yeah.
and then encode it.
Yeah, because it says a creature other, one other creature. That wording means that you can't do it on yourself.
Big sad.
okay. This is gonna be fun.
But he says that, we're both in the same ballpark.
What's a ballpark?
I will smack you.
Ballpark is actually a loose term for just. I don't think
know.
it's actually based on.
And I'm just
Is it?
giving you shit because it's
I know.
Yeah.
We're talking medieval times, and I said it ballpark.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Hey, they had parks.
Yeah, that's
They
what I
had
was.
round
I know,
spherical
I'm
objects that
just
they kicked
giving you
around.
shit.
And we're just giving you shit back too.
Well, stop it. It's not nice.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But no, after
Alright.
that talk, she'll be
Yes.
on edge, but she'll still stay with Jacob.
And with the conversation with the Dreamer of Dreams, he figures out that, he is taught a lesson about distance, time, and speed there. The lesson for the distance thing was Jacob made an attempt to see if distance was different. If he moved as fast as he could, was he moving slower or if he was moving faster? So he made the trek over and he counted it, and sure enough, it was average normal time. Now, he arrived there, and the Dreamer of Dreams was there waiting for him. And the Dreamer of Dreams did not move or anything. Jake was perplexed. And he would have the conversation. I believe it was either Jacob went back up to the front of the ship, or he started to try to do the will to the front of the ship.
Can I
Let's see.
try?
Originally, what you did is you ran to the back of the ship in order to see how long it took, and then when you got there, the Dreamer of Dreams was right there, and then you talked a little more. He popped back to the front, and then you tried to do it, and you made it to the front, and then you tried again, you couldn't do it, and when you tried another time, you were able to.
Yes.
Can I try?
Absolutely. Roll a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save. Okay.
And choose where you would like to, where you're willing yourself to go.
Don't go too far. You're gonna die.
Yeah. And to answer your question there, the person that messaged me, yes.
Oh, okay, that changes everything.
I got a nat 20, so I got a 23.
Nice. Too high. Way too high.
Well,
So where were you? Where were you?
Low.
Where were you trying to will yourself?
So the way I see this playing out is having heard the Dreamer of Dreams and Jacob explaining how the moving at will thing works. Diana would have been like sitting on the railing on the back of the ship of the captain's quarters, just watching Jacob trying to move around. And she would have just looked at the front of the ship on the very, like, not off of it, but like right on the railing, and would have willed herself to appear there to be sitting on it.
Okay, so as you're kind of concentrating on that and focusing on that, you feel like your eyes are heavy, and then it's like you take an extended blink, and when they open back up, you realize, yep, shit, it worked. I'm on the front of the ship, the railing. Holy shit!
Which, can Diana just like turn around to wherever Jacob's at, and she's like, "I did it."
Absolutely.
And this is like, for the most part, a lot of the party hasn't seen it too much, but this is Jacob is, despite everything that's going on, he is happy in its own way because this is his forte of magic, and he is loving learning more about stuff like this. To which he went to Rogar's room and was like, "Hey, Rogar, try this thing out," or like, "Watch this," and he did not move.
Yeah, epic fail.
That's exactly what happened. Yep.
Can Diana blink? Try to blink next to Jacob to appear where he went to go to Rogar, because she would have, the way she would have thought about it is, I want to be next to Jacob on his right side.
Roll your wisdom save.
This time I got a 19.
Only a 19?
And as your eyes
Really?
do an extended blink and open up, Jacob, Rogar, Diana appears right next to Jacob as he's talking to you about, "Hey, check this out," and like for a second closes his eyes and nothing happens. But then Diana just like appears right next to him.
You summoned your girlfriend.
And she's gonna grin. She's like, "I think I got it. I think I figured it out."
Lucky you weren't using the bathroom when that happened. Scared the shit right out of you.
Stop!
Cure for constipation.
But no, like, she's gonna be so happy about it too. She's like, "I've tried this twice now, and I got it to work both times."
Yeah.
And then, he explains to Rogar how it works.
And Rogar
He's like,
did it.
think about the front of the ship, or the ship itself.
Mhm.
They both went up. They teleported to two different spots, but they were not thinking of the same spot. They just said on top of the deck. To which they then like met up and teleported both over to the helm of the ship. And then
I feel like Diana's just gonna be blinking
right.
around the ship.
One of the things that the
bit.
Dreamers brought up to Jacob when he had the conversation after he learned how to do this was that it will take 50 cycles because we're moving that way to get to that thing. However, he mentioned that keeping up speed is useful for the things chasing us. So having the bellows and stuff being remade helped. But and he had mentioned that it was gaining.
Yeah, and it says basically what he revealed to you is traveling over great distance in this plane is not about the speed at which you are physically moving. It is about your desire to get there. Escaping.
So all of us need to chant that we'd want
from escaping, from something that is chasing you, however, is determinant on speed because you both have desire. And that desire cancels each other out, and then it's all
That's what I was just
the speed.
thinking about. Just click your heels 3 times.
So Jacob had brought it up.
Even if you did, yeah, and even if you just really want something greatly and will it greatly, it's still not possible to traverse a great distance instantly. It still does take some time, but you can shorten that time by increasing the collective will, those who are making the journey.
So,
I mean, I literally have a spell for speeches.
So Jacob had spoke to Rogar while at the helm about if we can get more people, like if we can convince people to want this more, which he understood that it wasn't going to be difficult, but if they can, they could potentially speed up the time that it would take, the cycles that it would take for them to get to the destination of the portal.
Diana's just gonna kind of raise her hand. She's like, I can try.
I mean, it's a thing that it's a thing that I want everyone to try to do.
Yeah, I think the discussion.
No, I mean,
was
I can
that,
try to talk to everyone.
Yeah, I think the discussion was I was going to go through with doing another ceremony for a coming of age for Timmy, Thomas.
The young.
Yeah, the young one.
Thomas.
I knew it was one of the two.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, Jacob was just mentioning that anyone and anything that anyone can do to make people want something more, do it. And that was his conversation. And then the Rogar had...
And that's... Technically, that's the recap, so to speak.
Wait,
because
I thought
now
you
we
were
are
to
kind
see
of...
Nope,
Oh,
we
yeah.
redacted that
Yeah.
part. That has been redacted.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
that has been redacted.
And at this point,
Based on
Eurydice-
because the involvement of Diana and Zeroth kind of changed things a little bit now that
Fair
you
enough.
guys were here. So I allowed Eurydice to make a couple changes to what she decided to do as well.
I'd say, okay.
Okey-dokey.
And at this point, Eurydice is messaging Rogar, and she's like, "Can you come to my room? I need some backup. I'm gonna do something stupid."
My way. Then fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna teleport there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
very rare
Alright,
that I'm
roll
gonna fail.
Roll your wisdom save.
And it's plus because
Okay.
it's a save.
Never mind, I got a 13.
Did you add your bonuses to
Yeah,
it?
I have
And
a plus 10.
you guys...
You rolled a 3?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
that happens.
It
So
does happen.
you sit there and you see Rogar not saying anything. Seems like he's staring off into space, concentrating on something. A couple seconds go by,
I'm assuming that you were trying to go somewhere.
and then you realize nothing happened.
No, I was thinking of summoning a shadow spawn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go now.
All right.
Can we not?
It's very friendly towards us.
Well,
Walks
I mean, is
away.
it
I'm
okay?
leaving.
Okay?
Diana is going to turn to Jacob, and she's going
Well,
to
Eurydice is actually gonna mess up Diana next,
Uh-oh.
then Jacob. Then
Yeah.
you guys don't have to respond, but she's messaging all of you. She says, "I'm gonna need backup. I'm doing something really stupid."
Wow,
the
choose
only
get to me
Diana
first.
will respond, but what she's gonna say is, if you leave that room or you do anything, I will strike you down.
I'm not leaving the room.
Zeros also going to respond? Go fuck yourself.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Your message does not go through.
It's just the dial tone.
The brain literally, I can choose who can and cannot message me.
Yep.
I can completely block
Diana
out.
is going
The
to look
number
at
you
Jacob.
the number you have dialed is no
Yeah,
The
longer
number
in
you were
service.
trying to.
Diana?
it's no
For blind
longer
wizard
in
number
service.
3, please
Diana's going to look at
Blind Wizard
Jacob,
number 1.
and she's going to tell him, "I'm going to go get the captain. You need to go stop Eurydice."
Oh god.
Oh, goodness.
I'm gonna have to kill Jacob now.
All right.
I don't know what she's doing. All she said was, "It's stupid," which could be literally anything she thinks at this point.
Okay. He will press against his chest. He will cast Mage Armor, and he will.
And
walk.
she is going to go to the captain and explain to him he just got a message from Eurydice saying she needs backup because she's doing something stupid and we don't know what it is. So we're going. Jacob just went down there to figure out what's going on. I'm giving you fair warning. We do not know. We are trying to handle it.
Everybody now.
She does not have her weapons, correct?
Oh shit! I don't have my
know
weapons.
Your
Yeah.
I know your
have
paladin
everything.
friend. I know your paladin friend removed them. Does she have any more of those explosive charges? The ones for the
Fucking better not.
cannons?
I don't.
So
I
long
only took
as
the
she
one.
only. Diana doesn't know this.
Yeah.
If Rogar took all of her gear, she shouldn't. However, does Diana know she no longer has her magic?
Yeah, you would know. think
Do
you-
I? Because
Do you? I think only I knew
I think
because
only
I'm a
Rogar
warlock.
noticed.
Yeah, I'm an ex-warlock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, I wouldn't. I thought you said that they had like everyone had noticed that I at least didn't radiate that magical aura.
You
you don't
looked
have- yeah.
diminished. You looked
But that doesn't-
diminished.
But that doesn't mean
It's
it's gone
decrepit.
completely.
That's fair.
Because Diana doesn't know how to read that stuff completely.
Oh, true. And if you think about it, Diana just got the message spell sent, and if she doesn't like fully well, no, Diana
Yeah.
knows elves.
Yeah.
So, as far as Diana knows, she might still have her magic. It's just not as strong. So, Diana would admit to him, if Rogar took her gear, then she shouldn't have any, but I can't say anything for sure on how much magic she still has capable of being used.
Jake's gonna will himself
Well,
into Eurydice.
Just be.
Oh god, Jacob, I'm
Okay.
gonna fucking kill you.
Go ahead and roll your wisdom save. So
Please let him not do it. It'd
be
hilarious.
careful and just make sure she doesn't cause any damage to my crew
Oh.
or ship anymore.
Diana is
And I will
going.
appreciate it.
Yeah, and Diana's gonna, like, completely dead serious. Look at him and go, if she tries anything, I will kill her myself this time.
I can't resurrect her no more.
There is no more resurrections.
And
Oh god.
he just kind of nods his head
Guys, kill
at
your
you.
indices. I'm going to
with a-
bring in Lee, and he's going to hate all of you.
I tried to say
It's going to be a disaster.
Wait, do I know fair
So,
And then
what'd
she
you
will
roll
go
there, Jacob?
down, and then Diana will try to do the will thing as well, to
Okay.
go to Jacob.
I
Okay,
got a
so hold on.
15.
A 15. Okay. So, Rogar, you are currently walking over towards where Eurydice's room is.
Yeah.
Zeroth, what are you doing right now?
Honestly, I'm kind of just still chilling on my own. I'm just still up there trying to. Pretty much, I'm just fiddle farting around.
Zero.
Okay.
After hearing that Eurydice needs help, I'm definitely not interested.
That's fair.
Okay.
So long as the boat doesn't get destroyed, I couldn't care less at the moment.
Okay. So Rogar, as you are making your way over towards the cabins where you guys each have your private cabins, and you're
Mhm.
heading that way, you get to the hallway and are starting to walk that way. Jacob, you pop into the room where Eurydice is, and Eurydice, you see Jacob.
Okay,
Right in there.
Eurydice is just standing. She got the
He does
dogs
have
out.
his dagger drawn.
Cool. The dogs are out of the room. They are outside of the room.
Oh.
Okay,
I
stop right
did
there.
tell
Hey, Diana,
Nightmare.
roll your wisdom save. Yes.
And
Go ahead there,
No,
Rogan.
there's a
her
big
side.
clear space on the
Oh.
floor.
I got a 17.
Okay.
I only have a
So-
one.
Rogar, you said you'd told Nightmare to kind of stay by her side and keep watch on her.
Yeah, I commanded him in a sense to be
And
a guard
Eurydice,
dog.
like, slowly persuades him with food to, like, get out of the room. Just guard the door. I'm not going anywhere. Just guard the door.
Might I add, when Diana appears there, the first thing she's doing is drawing both her whip and dagger.
I'm
Okay.
not the one
Oh,
shagging
man.
She's not
this
there
time.
just yet, though.
When I come into this room, this is
Alright.
gonna be so messed up.
Okay, so
She's not lunging, but
Um,
she's
as
clearly on the
And Eurydice
defense.
Yeah.
immediately has her hands up. She's
yeah,
like,
but Diana's not there just yet. So hold on. Okay, so Rogar, as you turn the corner down the hall to go about the last 10 feet, you actually see both Daydream and Nightmare just kind of sitting outside the door. Daydream's actually kind of laying in front of it with her nose to the door, and she's kind of
Aw.
whining, whimpering a little bit.
oh, my sweet
Nightmare's just kind of sitting there on his haunches, just kind of panting like
like a good dog.
like that, like a good dog. And you, Jacob, when you entered, did you say anything, or did you, Eurydice?
When Jacob appeared,
Yep, when you appeared.
just aggressive. What in the fuck are you doing?
I
Okay.
will...
So
fuck.
you hear that, Rogar, as you're walking up.
Oh, great.
Eurydice has her hands up. She's like, if there's anyone else coming, I'd like to only explain this once, so give it a few
Yeah.
minutes, okay? I will tell you everything.
Yeah, I guess.
And right then,
Oh.
Diana pops in next to Jacob.
Which she has her dagger drawn in a defensive attack mode and just cracks the whip once and goes, "You move, and I will make sure you can't again."
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning
And you-
on attacking the ship again. That was a no-no.
Don't let me
I
hear
fucked
this.
up. I realized
Rogar,
this.
stop
And-
listening.
And Rogar, you hear all of that as you are now right in front of the door. You go in.
Shit, you guys, I'm so sorry. I will look to Nightmare, and I'll say, buddy, it's time to go, and I will activate my primal infusion and go ahead and
Oh,
turn Nightmare into a dire
no.
wolf.
See,
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we
And
bust
then-
to the door.
Okay. So
Well,
as
my
you
door.
as
Oh
you
my
finish that statement, Eurydice, the door flies open behind Diana and Jacob. Which you're a little ways in the room. These are decent sized rooms.
I
So
will
it's not
say
super tight quarters.
they will all notice that everything has been pushed to the side and the middle of the room is clear.
Yep. And you see Rogar and a dire wolf come in through the door right behind you two, Jacob and Diana.
If Oak were here, he'd be so happy.
Yeah. I do have my my sword aimed towards Jacob and Diana.
And Rogar, one thing you notice is
Oh, it's real.
when you change Nightmare into a dire wolf, that interesting contraption that you were assured was
Oh.
armor, built specifically for him, that he has been wearing this whole time, that looks just kind of like a tiny little box with straps that's wrapped around him. As he shifts form into this dire wolf, it seems like it triggers something, and all of a sudden these metallic plates, somehow connected by leather and straps and things, seem to shoot forth and form themselves around his musculature,
It's iron.
such
dog.
as any barding
Yeah.
such as any barding would. So there, I mean, it doesn't cover everything, but
It is armor.
he is now wearing what looks like some kind of scale mail armor.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Oh man, me and Nightmare look really intimidating right now.
You
Diana's
sure
not
as hell
even
do.
looking at him.
Yeah. Well, that's for the best. Don't turn around because Nightmare's definitely aimed towards you.
And Eurydice, knowing that she got a solid fuck off from Zeroth, is just being like, good, everyone's here. So I realize that Diana doesn't have much time left.
Oh boy.
Diana immediately is gonna go, wow, wonder how long that took you to finally piece together.
Not very long, honestly. Listen, I know I fucked up, and I'm trying to do and I want to do anything I can to actually fix this. I'm a horrible person.
You
and
not
I just...
doing anything will help right now. You've done enough.
You're right, maybe I have.
How's Rogar gonna handle this?
Mhm.
Because technically, Eurydice is underneath my watch.
Diana will at least put the dagger away now,
Okay.
but she's
that's
still
fine.
keeping the whip out. Because
Yeah.
the whip she can at least try to use to grapple or restrain her. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So once Eurydice comments back like, yeah, maybe I have, Diana will slightly turn away from her and go, anything you have to say or do right now means nothing to me. Even if we get out of here, I won't even make it to shore. You have done enough. And Diana will walk out of the room.
Big old Nightmare just growling.
She'll walk right past the both of them.
Okay.
An ow from Nightmare.
Nightmare takes an opportunity attack. No, I'm joking.
Oh god. Shit, I didn't know I had to banish Rogar back to our plane.
You
Wouldn't
can
work.
try.
It would not work.
I was like, I think I'm a plus what?
You have a plus
12?
10. Plus 12? Yeah, no, you would pass on mostly anything you rolled.
Oh, my
I would-
mistake. Plus 14.
Yeah, you would pass on anything you rolled. If you rolled a 2 or a 1, I think that's the only way you failed there.
No. If it's a saving throw,
If it's a saving throw, yeah.
the only thing that one's in no, if it's an attack roll, that's the only thing that a 1 is an automatic failure and a 20 is an automatic success.
No, that's what I mean.
Everything else,
If he has a plus
Yeah.
14 to his saving throw,
oh,
a 1 or a 2 is the
Yeah.
only way he would fail against me.
oh,
As in, I did
Yeah.
the calculation. He would beat the saving throw DC unless it was
Oh,
those two
jeez.
numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm built to kill mages and stuff. I need to work on intelligence next.
With Diana gone, Eurydice looks to Jacob and she's like, I want to try and fix this. Let me help Diana, please.
He has not put away the dagger.
Drop.
He is not. He has it in a attacking, as in, you will get fucked up if you try something here. Regardless,
I kind of take that from any point when somebody points a knife at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very threatening.
And it's weird because
unless it's a butter knife and they're just using it to describe something.
right,
I don't know, you can harm somebody with
No,
a
no,
knife.
no, no.
Jacob
My dad got stabbed.
wield a dagger, so it is a very surreal-ish experience for everyone in the room with them holding a dagger.
Weapons? Sure, my longsword's bigger though.
I am giving you the time to speak. You can say what it is, and I will choose whether you are being an idiot.
Oh no, I'm definitely being an idiot. I'm being
Then
an
no.
optimistic idiot.
speak your mind. That's it. And he's still gonna stand there with the dagger out. He's not putting it away.
And
I
my
have
longsword's
this
against his
grand
back
delusion
almost.
that if I threaten Fraz, stay away from us, to stay away from Diana, to take off her deal, to threaten to kill him at some point, that he'll do it and he'll leave us alone.
You
That will
think?
just put me more in danger.
You think
Yeah.
that if you
This
were,
escalated quickly.
and he gives like a sigh of annoyance. You think that if you were to tell the thing that took your memories and broke the pact with you because you did not do what it wanted, that if you were to go and hunt it down, that it would make things better?
It's better than giving him anything.
Trying to take it away. I understand what you're getting at. But that's not how it's going to work. Not against something like this. You cannot threaten a being like this and expect
Let me
nothing.
trade my life for hers. She's more important. She's got a kid on the way.
I mean,
I'm nothing.
okay, you are something. Do not say that.
Rogar, please. We both know I am worthless.
I'm literally on your side. I'm the only one out of this.
Yeah, thank you, but still, I am worthless.
By the way, it's a nice poke there, Broga.
Yes, I swear if you leave my threatening range and an intent to attack, it will plunge through you.
I'm aware.
I just don't want to hurt anyone.
I'm with you on this right now.
Yes. I personally, Eurydice, I am on your side 100%, but I do think this is a really good idea. If this demon is willing to,
You mean a really bad idea?
No, really good.
Diana is actually. She walked out of the room. She hasn't walked out of the hall, so she can still hear them.
Yeah, I mean,
To which her
I'll say
voice will
sure.
come.
Why not?
Her voice will come from around the corner.
You're. Well, yeah, I was gonna say you went.
Oh,
You
Brian.
kind of went around the corner a little ways, but it's still easy enough. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
huge, space. You can hear what they're saying.
To which Diana's voice will come from around the corner. And just point blank. And what's to stop him from collecting early because you decide to piss him off?
is your patron, is he a demon or a devil?
He's Razorblur, the Prince of Greed.
So he's a demon. So yeah, no, he's not lawful. Probably not. He's not like my deity where like if you go into a bond you can't break it.
No, he is very much evil.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. What's to stop him from deciding, you know what? Because you keep pissing me off, I'll just take her life now.
There is nothing stopping that.
we know that Diana like formed a contract in a sense.
Yeah.
Yes, we are all aware of this.
So yeah. He's technically bound by the contract.
That
And
is
why
to say,
can't we have Galdor here?
that is to say, you know what? Just cause Jacob, being the dumb, smart idiot that he is, would Jacob know anything about demons in their contracts and if they're willing to break the contracts?
Or collect
Give
them
me
early.
a religion check.
Oh, I think I will. Okay, good
I would
thing that
like
Jacob
to.
literally knows things and is a smart boy. That would be a 25.
Okay.
That's a hard roll.
With that kind of roll, you do recall some books on on demonology and devils and things like, all those different things. And you know for a fact that a contract is a contract is a contract. If that contract is made with a devil, if a demon's involved, contracts don't mean shit to them. They don't care. Because they are chaotic in the extreme.
Right. And then I guess while we are also sitting here, does Jacob know anything about Fraz Ibler?
That's why I never said his name, because he's just so unintimidating.
Yeah, he's very...
I know. You have...
I know I have asked before, but I just currently can't.
You have, and you did... Yeah, and you did... I'm just looking up the...
I.e. what Jacob
I think we know he's a demon.
What? Yeah, you do know he's a demon.
Cool.
And this is what I told you before, is that he is known as the Prince of Deception and Demon Lord of Illusions.
Yeah. Jacob is going to to both of them. He is going to turn, knowing that the blade is still there, and puts it against his chest, practically.
Oh.
So, the contract doesn't mean shit to these people. He currently can take it whenever he chooses to, because he made the deal. Because the deal was made, it can happen at any point in time. Right now, it is being, I guess, in a way kind to even go off of a time frame. Now listen, both of you, and he will turn and look at the Owlhead turns, glaring into Eurydice. Trying to piss it off more than it probably already is because it just lost something like you to do its own bidding is only going to make the situation worse, because this thing is a chaotic being. It does not give a shit about contracts that are made with it, and will deceive anyone it talks to. That is its whole entourage and abilities is based off of deceiving either through words or through illusions.
The things that I'm good at.
So, is this a smart idea?
I thought we already established that part.
Yeah, we've established this is not a smart idea.
You said it was a good idea.
No, I said it is a good idea. I mean, she's
It's
willing
not a
to
smart
die.
idea, but it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
If we have a form of bargaining and we're making it,
Diana's going to step around to be in view in the doorway and look at them both and go, and if he chooses to take my child?
I wouldn't let that happen.
Really? How are you going to stop it?
I'd kill him.
When you couldn't even do anything prior to now, when you decided to put all of our lives at risk for your own gain.
Because I was a
And now
dumb
I am supposed to
idiot.
trust your word.
I don't expect any of you to
What
trust
have
me.
you done to give us any reason to trust you?
I don't expect any of you to trust me.
Then don't do anything. If you want us to try and trust you again and you want to try and help, you will stay in this room and you will keep quiet. And you will not do anything until we have figured a way out. Because your only plan at the moment is putting me in more danger. So you will stay out of it.
Eurydice, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. Right now, your best way of helping is to do as you were promised to do. Just sitting put. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. I will.
Would you like to put away the sword? It's kind of feeling a little weird being poked constantly.
Once your dagger's concealed,
I mean, yeah, and he puts it in his robe.
I just summon my sword back to the shadows.
Oh, that's really neat. I don't remember if I've ever watched that happen. Huh.
I only need it when I need it.
Fair.
And Diana will look at Jacob and, to a certain degree, Rogar and go, "Can we go now?"
I will spend some time with Eurydice just to quiz her on Tenebris.
Promise me you won't let her do anything in regards to this.
I don't plan to anymore.
She's
I wasn't
kept her
speaking
word to me.
you.
And I will take her word as honor. She's kept her word this whole entire time to me, so...
At least she knows how to tell the truth to someone. And she'll leave. This time she will actually
Gorgeous.
leave.
Okay.
I'm like a pope.
Jacob will walk away. He's not gonna take the dumb risk of
Looking stupid.
remaining there if he just sits there.
Yeah.
So he will walk away.
Okay. Okay. So, Jacob and Diana have left. Rogar, you're still in the room with Eurydice, and refresh my memory so I don't have to try to look it up over slow internet. How long does your spell last for Nightmare?
10 minutes.
Okay. All right, and you can drop it if you want, like have it go away, but it's up to you.
No. Nightmare, you stay big. You're much more obedient this way.
Okay. Yeah, that is something you do notice. He seems to be almost like he has been trained to follow certain commands when he's like this. It's like he seems to know. I mean, yeah, there's been some training with him that has occurred, but he's still a puppy. But when you put him in this form, he seems to be a lot more on point with what you want him to do.
But yeah,
All right.
I would look to Eurydice and be like, I mean, the plan was a little stupid. I mean, it was a lot stupid. We all agree on that. When I did say it was good, I did not mean the fact that, you would be trading your soul and then possibly dying. But in my head, I thought of a way around it. But I mean, I feel like we should really focus on getting everyone to like you again. I don't know how.
For a while.
Yes. But I mean, have you read your Bible?
Yes, I have.
Good.
I've been reading it multiple times.
That's even better.
Honestly, it seems kind of familiar, like I've read it before.
I was hoping you would say that, since I remember you saying something about your grandmother wearing a bracelet of Tenebris.
Yeah.
Yes.
A weird question that I just thought of. So
7.
No. So because Fraz was keeping her memories away to make her obedient, because she broke the pact with him, wouldn't she get them back?
Nope.
No, it's not how it works.
Fraz is greed. He can keep whatever he wants. Plus, general amnesia.
He's a hoe.
I was just curious because of how things were phrased prior.
Well, now think of it like this. Think of it like a mental block that needs to be renewed from time to time. And if it's not, potentially things can then start slipping past the block.
Okay.
Until eventually the block finally fades.
I'm gonna
That's
laugh if
kinda
all
how
of
it
your
is.
little like sacrifices was the quote unquote renewal.
That probably was.
What little sacrifice? Oh yeah. Oh
That was-
yeah.
yeah.
That was, yeah. No, I think it was a modify memory thing. Just like forget.
Like I said, just a question.
All
But
right.
I mean, this won't help you right now, but you can only benefit from this. I was wondering if you wanted to do like a official ceremony where I mean, if you want to become like a worshiper of Tenebris, we could make it like official. Takes an hour.
Thank you. Not right now. It doesn't feel right yet.
Yeah, I was like, you can add a D4 to your saving throws. I have to do this before you actually become a cleric, though, because then you're already in service of the god.
Don't let the audience.
Oh yeah, omit that information. Yeah.
That's just plans. I can still throw a wrench in the works for you so that it doesn't happen.
He's back.
Evil DM? Alright, so
Are you having
that's
chili?
what's...
That's exactly what it is.
I saw
quick,
beans and wanted to
Ah.
gag.
quick dumb question.
Yes.
Has Eurydice always been chaotic neutral? Like before? You're chaotic neutral, right?
She's chaotic good now.
Oh, okay. Nope, never mind. Then I was not gonna do what I was gonna do. I was gonna ask if you wanted to do atonement. That would just shift your
I
alignment to what
used
it's
to be
supposed
chaotic
to be.
good.
Ooh, wait. Can this be the official thing that actually shifts her alignment?
Yes.
Yay! And she just looks at Roger. She's like, I would like to atone for all the things that I've done.
Oh, that I can do. So yeah, I will crush up my powdered silver that cost me 25 gold.
She's just gonna money down the drain.
That's the life of a
Life of a
religious
spellcaster.
man. Oh yeah,
Life of
that
a
too.
spellcaster.
Yeah, and for the next hour, I will perform the atonement ceremony to shift your alignment to its
Okay.
original.
Yay!
Diana-
Woo, woo.
Can Diana go talk to...
So during the... Hold on one second. So, during this ceremony, as you are, setting out the things you need, making everything prepared properly, getting the components, the spell, reciting the words, as you think of it kind of like Ash Wednesday, as you in the Christian religion, you put, you basically put a mark using like anointed oil and ashes and other things on Eurydice's forehead as you are reciting words for a spell. As you're sitting there, kind of a participant, but at the same time, more just like an observer of what's happening around you. As the spell comes to the completion of the hour, it seems like everything fades around you.
Around me?
Like it's there. You're still in. Yes, around you. Like you're still there. You're still in the room, but it's like everything around you is just it's out of focus. It doesn't exist quite right. And for the briefest of moments, you hear just something at the back of your mind, very quiet. A familiar, loving voice of good, my child. As you hear your grandmother's voice for just a moment. And then slowly things shift back into focus and you feel almost like a little bit of a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. And you are now got it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did because of technically the spell says I have to roll a DC 20 insight check. I got a 24. So I also passed my check.
Yep. Good. All right. Okay.
Embarrassing if it failed.
You were saying, Diana.
Yes. Can I? I'm gonna offer if Jacob wants to go with me because I know he's eating at the moment. She is going to turn to Jacob and go, I am going to go let the captain know that it is handled. I am also going to ask him if he happens to, or if he happens to know anyone on the crew who may know Dispel magic to try and prevent her from summoning anything.
Rogard knows that.
Question.
Rogar's not on our side at the moment.
That is a fair question. I will allow you to do that. I'm going to go to the mess hall and see what I can do about... Well, maybe we should switch that. We need more people to... We need to get people to want to leave more to maybe speed up this. I'm not good with words, as you know. So, I
could probably throw a few things around and get the men to listen to me.
I put something in chat a while ago.
I saw.
I also saw.
Yes, I saw it as well.
But,
Because I'm not there.
I don't know.
So, you want me to go talk to all the crewmen?
Try to boost not morale, but more desire, I guess, is the best way to
She's
put
just
it.
gonna stare at him for a long moment and go, you want the only other female on this entire ship to go boost desire.
Oh no.
I thought there was other girls.
Shake a tail feather.
You know what I mean. Okay.
I had to make a joke.
I know. Now,
I can go do that. If you want to tell the captain to join us at some point, that may also help get the men to listen.
yes, of course. I'll do that. I'll see you in a bit then. And he will try to do the thing to will himself up to the door of the captain's quarters. Not inside his room, just right there.
Because he's not rude.
Diana.
Okay, roll your wisdom save.
14. No, I'm sorry, 15. That was a 9. 15.
14.
15, I'm sorry, that was a 9.
Okay. Alright, so you concentrate and you're struggling with it, a little bit, but you do manage to make it, and poof, you are now in front of the captain's door.
I am going to go onto the front of the ship and stand on the railing and make my voice as loud as physically possible from all the years of singing and acting and everything else. So her voice
so you're
completely
projecting as best you can.
Yeah. Completely project. And she is also going to use
Okay,
her
someone's got an echo.
bagpipes. It's Jason.
I think it's Jason.
I don't know how.
Jason.
She's going to use her bagpipes and her voice to get
Projecting so well.
Yeah. to get everyone's
that it's picking
attention.
up on the mic.
To get everyone's attention on the ship.
Oh, my Antonio, though.
See if I can turn down the volume of the speakers of my headphones. Say something.
Da-da-da-da-da. No echo.
Cool.
I can pop pie.
The fitness brand Pracer type.
There we go.
What the fuck?
Okay, so you're projecting your voice to try to get everyone's attention, and what exactly are you saying?
I'm going to see if I can get everyone up there first.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
That I can do. Because I have a plus 11 to that. Got a 19
That's
plus
it.
11.
Okay, that's definitely way
That is a
high.
30.
So, yeah. So, you pretty much managed to get the attention of everyone close by, and kind of from, you're on the bow of the ship, you said, so everyone who's up there near the bow definitely, hears you saying something, and they all kind of move. You also get,
She would
almost
have
to
people go get any
midships.
others who didn't
Oh, well,
get to
no.
hear her.
But yeah, your voice is heard almost to midships, and they kind of hear. They don't necessarily hear your words, but they can, that far back they can hear something, and they all kind of look, and guys are, kind of making their way there, and pretty much all the way back to the end of the ship, all the way to the stern. People have seen, they won't necessarily hear you way back there, but they see other people just all kind of gravitating towards the bow of the ship, and it seems to have piqued, pretty much everyone on deck's interest. And the only one that doesn't seem to go over there is the helmsman, because he's supposed to stay on the helm. And the two guys who are working the bellows, or the remade bellows.
Okay.
Question.
Because
Question.
they're stuck on there. Yes.
The helmsman has no purpose at the moment, correct? Because that wheel only turns the rudder
The rudder still turns the ship.
Yeah.
in
It
the air.
still seems to do
Yep.
that. Yep.
Magic.
Okay.
Magic invisible water.
Remember how
Hey,
in
you
Pirates,
way
of,
over there. Just listen.
in Pirates of the Caribbean, remember how they were floating on practically nothing, technically speaking, but there was still somehow water for them to direct the boat? At World's End. We just watched the movie.
Shit's
Okay.
weird
Either way,
here.
move on. Move on with what you're thinking.
Shit's weird here. Just put it
Just
that way.
move on with your thing.
Yep. So it takes a couple minutes because people are just kind of still filtering in. You don't have the entire crew because not everyone's up on deck.
Anyone who is
And,
below deck or whatnot, she would send people to go get them because she would tell them, I need every single available hand that is not steering this ship or using the bellows.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Which I also have a plus 11 in.
I know.
That is an
Bards.
18 plus 11.
Okay. After about 15 minutes, everyone that is able to is up there, captain included.
Once they're there, Diana is going to sit on the railing, so she's closer to them all. And she's going to start with, I have a question for all of you, and it is a simple question to start this off. How badly do you want to go home? And that's how she's going to start it off, is with
And
that
you
question.
you hear one voice speak up. It's a younger human male voice who says,
Promise.
"Desperately, I want out of here. This place sucks." And then another pipes up. This one, a little gruffer voice from an older gentleman, also human, who says, "Down. It's not that bad. We've been through worse."
To
And
which,
then
once
another one pipes up. Another one pipes up and says, "Oh, right, like you've been through worse. Shut up. Yeah, I want to
as
get out of
they're
here."
arguing, Diana's going to lift her fingers and give a very high-pitched whistle to get all of their attention again.
It takes a moment or two, but that piercing whistle kind of gets everyone, there was murmurs for a second, then it just kind of calms down and they focus back on you.
If you want to leave, that needs to be your only goal. I don't care if you've been through worse. I don't care what battles you have or haven't fought. Our goal at the moment is to get everyone home, to get to your wives, your families, your children, to get back to taverns or festivals, to get back to your jobs, transferring cargo, making a living for yourself or those you love. If you want to leave, you need to want it with every fiber of your being. You need to want this more than the very breath in your lungs. Because if you don't, we can't. And as a crew and as a team, you need to think of the others around you or you can't make it work. You need to push through this and want it for everything that you are. Because it is that will and that desire and that desperation that will get you home. And we are trying everything we can physically, but it is the hearts and the minds of all of us together that will get us there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And a couple of you get about maybe 8, 9 of them kind of nod their heads and kind of go, "Yeah, yeah." And
To which she
some
will
of them are
jump
still
down now and walk into the group of
Okay.
them all
All right.
and go, I have seen more than my share of what I want here. And I came onto this boat for a reason. Not to get swallowed into purgatory like I am sure the rest of you feel. I have a home I need to return to. I have a kingdom I have to find. You have homes you need to return to. You have livelihoods. And she will turn and she will point to the younger one that had spoken up earlier that she heard and go, he is probably the youngest of all of you. He still needs a chance to get home. All of you still need a chance. Do you want to die in a place of limbo where you won't even get to say goodbye to anyone? Or do you want to get home and have tales and memories and honor beyond anything you could have above anyone else because you managed to not only survive this, but beat it?
And on kind of the end of that line before that, you hear a lot of them go, "Yeah!" And then as you finish this next line, more of them are like, "Yeah! Let's get out of here, guys! Come on!" And they seem to be getting a little more pumped up about this. a little more focused.
To which she will go back to the front again and back onto the railing and look at all of them again. And she'll ask them, so are we going to go home? Are we going to be able to get this ship to move and get to where we need to go?
Okay, now, my question for you is, are you just trying to persuade them? Are you using any spells? Or
I am actually, this
what
entire
exactly
time, using my motivational speech at a 5th level.
Okay. Alright, so, as you are saying all this, and I need to get the exact spell description.
The spell description actually only gives people like a buff to their
Right. I just wanted to take a look here.
And advantage on their wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit them with
Yes, exactly.
a spell.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check. And then
Does it only a limited amount of creatures?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, up
it's
to
more
5
for
creatures,
just
but I'm gonna
flare of it all.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say what I need from you is another performance check and a persuasion check. You need one of each.
All right. Okay. The performance was a 15 plus 11, which is a 26.
Okay, 26.
And
yep.
the persuasion was a 19 plus 11, which is 30 again.
Another 30. Okay. All right. So when you say so what do you say? Are we going home? You actually see every single crew member that's up there. They all raise their hands and they're like, "Yeah, yes, let's go home, boys, yeah!" And the captain, he's the only one who's not raising his hands, but he is back there and he's got a huge ass grin on his face, and he's just kind of looking around at his boys, and he looks up at you, and he winks.
It's hard to wink when you're squinting.
And Diana, she herself has a giant smile on her face, because getting all of them to listen to her and actually agree on this is the first shred of hope she has about being able to lead her kingdom.
And at that, as the entire crew that's up there is kind of a little bit rowdy, a little bit, they're pumped up. You next hear a loud whistle from the back, coming from the captain. Now everyone turns towards him and he says, "You heard the lady. Get to work so we can get out of here." And they all just jump to it, and everyone seems to be running to stations, even though there's no real water to try to use oars in, or wind to really use too much of the sails in. They all seem to get busy doing something with the ship, and they all seem very energized.
And Diana will jump down and walk over to where the captain, and I assume Jacob is, because Jacob went to go talk to the captain.
Yeah. But before you get over there, as you are still kind of on the railing before you hop down, you see the Dreamer of Dreams kind of float up over towards you. And he just kind of looks at you for a moment. And we're going to stop there for a second. Jacob, now, while Diana was gathering all of these people, you were right in front of the captain's door.
Magic!
And the captain was in there. So what are you doing?
I mean, just as described, he will actually head in there.
Okay.
He will knock, of course, waiting for...
Yeah. Enter!
He walks in.
Oh.
Alright, so, the situation has been handled. Current time being, we apologize for whatever it was. Now, one question is, do you happen to have anyone on your crew that has the ability to negate magic?
have one or two of those.
Okay. Is there any way that we could acquire their assistance every so often to keep a roundabout watch of the current prisoner to make sure that magic isn't able to be used?
As I said, you are the ones that decide her fate, and if that is what you think is needed, I can make some available.
Right, I appreciate that. One moment, and Jacob's actually going to pull out his wire. He's gonna try to message Diana. So as she's in the middle of calling everyone over, she's like,
you're in the middle of still kind of gathering people over. Like I said, it took about 10-15 minutes to get everyone. So you hear a message from Jacob.
So, do you think we should let the captain know about the way of traveling to push this forward?
And Diana's gonna respond and go, "Give me 10 minutes and I'm sure he'll hear me just fine."
Okay.
If you want to bring him onto the front.
Jacob will. Right. Do you care to step outside? I believe there's some words that are going to be said in a few moments.
All right. That I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And he follows you out, and he sees a lot of his crew kind of making their way towards the bow. And
where Diana is standing on the railing.
Yep.
And Jacob...
He looks at you, Jacob, and is like, well, shall we? And he starts walking.
And all during, because I didn't want to interrupt the speech or anything like that, all during the speech, Jacob would use prestidigitation.
Unless I'm not the only one who struggles with it.
To do multiple effects during the speech, being that of faint, like trumpet fanfare on the like
dramatic music
rally section, a thing of like when she got to the final like pause and stuff like that, where everyone's cheering like crazy. Fireworks going off.
So you're like accentuating the high points and stuff like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And yeah, that helped.
Jacob's the hype man.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't give speeches, but he can make things look nice.
He's sitting there in the back. He's going, "What? Give it up!" You know?
Exactly.
He's just like.
But no, at the end of it, she's gonna go over to the captain and Jacob, and she's gonna be slightly out of breath because it's been a while since she's had to yell that loud to make sure everyone can hear her. And she just has a giant smile on her face. She's like, "So how was that?"
Which person are we talking to?
And the captain's
both.
Both of you.
Yes.
The captain's just got this very large grin on his face and is just nodding his head, smiling at you, and he's like, "Well done."
I believe that was what was needed. And with that, now if you excuse me, I'm going to talk to our friend.
Yeah, because the floaty man came over to me.
Yeah, he's actually kind of like a half step behind you and just a hair to the side, Diana. Yep. He basically kind of just floated over with with you when you moved over towards where Jacob and the captain were standing. And he's just standing there kind of looking at you all.
Jacob will speak in Primordial. Did that help in any way? What's our time looking like now?
And he says, "Interesting methods for boosting of desire. Very different from what I'm used to. And then he stops for a second, and you get a feeling off of him of thought, concentration, as you see his eyes close, his head kind of lift up a little bit as you've kind of seen this pose before. It's as if he's searching about, kind of scanning. And he says, after a moment, his eyes open back up and he looks back to you and he says, much improved. Now, only 25 cycles. Time in half.
And Diana's gonna be like, so did I do the thing? Because she doesn't know the conversation. She just knows what they're talking about.
There isn't a Jacob just kind of turns and picks her up, spins for a moment, and puts her down. Oh, you did great. That was great. You did great. It's
so
just
how
like,
long do we have now?
25.
She's gonna pause and go, it cut in half?
And he doesn't have word. He's nodding.
And she's gonna look at the captain now, and then back at Jacob, and then back at the captain. She's just, I cut it in half.
And the captain's just kind of looks at you for a second. Looks at Jacob. Looks at this strange, semi-ethereal being that you have kind of adopted for the journey, thanks to Rogar finding him on his excursion out there. And the captain has just kind of accepted that as, well, he's okay with them and he hasn't done anything wrong. But he kind of just looks at all you three and looks back at you, Diana, and is like,
The fuck are you talking
what the hell are you talking about?
And she's like,
Cut
so
what in half?
okay, so he could and she'll gesture to the ghost thing and she'll go, he gave us how long it would take us to get to where we needed to go to be able to leave. It was 50 cycles, which is approximately 2.5 months in our world. I just got that cut in half. We should be able to get out of here within a month of our world's time.
Wait. But how? We're not moving any faster. In fact, we're moving slower than we have.
So,
because we want to leave. That's what I was doing. That's why I was talking to all of the men.
to give you a physical example, I want you to, and he's going to directly talk to the captain. I want you to picture your cabin, your quarters, sitting at your desk once more. I want you to think hard about this, and then I want you to wish to be there. I want you to try to be there. Do not move, do not walk, just think about how much you want to be in your chair again. And Jacob
And
will
you
also
see him-
wish, or think and will, to be in front of the desk.
Okay, and you see the captain, he kind of closes his eyes, he scrunches his brow. He's like, okay. And he starts thinking and thinking.
Does he look
Roll your
like he's
wisdom save.
constipated?
Roll my wisdom save. Can't.
Yeah, roll
Hey,
your
sometimes
wisdom
they
save.
refer to our brains being down there.
Hey, wouldn't you have advantage on that now because of my speech?
That is true.
Yeah, Jacob was there. You've got advantage.
And wouldn't the captain?
Hold on. What'd you get, Jacob?
So that changed my 15 roll again. Jesus. To 24.
Hey!
Okay. So Jacob is all of a sudden gone, and you find yourself standing in front of the captain's desk. And Diana, you're seeing the captain, and he's like thinking for a little while, and then he goes, "Ow! Oh, fuck! My head hurts now. I'll talk to you later, young lady. Thank you for getting my crew less worried about what's going on and more focused on getting home." And he turns around and starts walking back towards the back of the ship and towards his desk in his cabin.
If he didn't see him come in, he waits for the door to open it.
He stops for a second, and he just kind of rubs the bridge of his nose a little bit, and he's like, ah. And then he takes a deep breath in, breathes out, stands there for a second, and you're seeing his back, Diana, because he was walking away.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he's gone, and Jacob, you see the captain appear in his chair and just about fall out of it.
Oh, yeah, oh, hi.
He's like, what the? Oh my, and now he's got both hands on either side of his head. He's like, I need some brandy now.
Understandable. Yeah. And, because he can, whoo, conjuration. He makes himself a thing of wine and 2 glasses.
Andy, not wine.
He makes himself wine and 2 glasses. He doesn't care.
Is he Jesus now? Is he turning water into wine?
He can't really transmute it.
If he was Jesus, he could make himself not blind.
True.
But then his name does.
I think he's stepped.
Let's start with J.
Excuse my blasphemy here, but he may have one up to Jesus by just having wine appear.
Yeah, he can technically make it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
hell. I'd be satisfied for making a hamburger appear out of nothing.
Yo, Jesus is just a transmutation wizard.
My headphones unplugged.
Oh, jeez.
What happened? Wait, my headphones unplugged. What happened?
Jesus is just a transmutation wizard.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
All it is. All it is.
Oh boy.
Part cleric,
Okay.
though.
Oh.
Part cleric, though.
Yeah. He's a.
Yep.
He's a cleric, but you know he has those levels in wizard.
Next campaign is set in Jerusalem.
Yeah, I will play Jesus.
All right. Anyway. Okay, so does anyone else have anything in particular that they are wanting to accomplish the rest of this day?
Not that I can think of.
Diana's just proud of herself.
Okay. Rogar, yes, I thought I heard you.
I'm thinking. Rogar. I mean, damn, I really have to get fucking Antonio out of my room.
Oh, do you?
I mean, I guess I don't have to.
Are you gonna?
I mean, Jacob and Diana are essentially sharing a room, so you could just take that empty room.
Oh, true. I've been sharing a room with them the last 3 days.
Yeah, Diana and Jacob share a room, so there's actually an empty room up for grabs.
Yep. Now, speaking of which, though, Rogar, are you proficient in medicine?
I think that's Galdor. Yeah, that's Galdor.
I'm proficient in medicine.
Okay. Have you gone and checked on Antonio?
Oh no, is he dead?
Oh
yeah,
no.
I would have gone to check on him.
I would have noticed if he was dead. He's sleeping in my bed.
I would say. Yeah, Diana, you can roll a medicine check. From when you went and checked on him.
Oh god, is Antonio in the ring now? Oh no.
It got a 17.
Okay. thanks to Rogar's care and the little bit of time that you've been also able to go and kind of help out and care for Antonio, as you kind of check over his injuries and stuff, he's looking a lot better. He's still, for the most part, just resting and sleeping much of the time. But you tell Rogar, you guys kind of discuss it a little bit, and kind of going over the patient's, diagnosis, so to speak. And you figure, you know what, a couple more good days of rest, and making sure he's getting plenty to eat and drink and everything, and he'll probably, feel well enough that he can be up and about again.
Okay.
He still might need to take it easy for a little while, but he could be up and about.
Diana's definitely gonna talk to Antonio though about the speech she gave, because she's very proud of herself, and he will appreciate that.
Yep. For if you do, one of the times where he is awake, if you kind of tell him about that, he's still a little tired and a little run down, but he definitely smiles real big, and he kind of tells you that's amazing. What you did. You're gonna have to maybe teach me how to do that. And
oh yeah, he wants to be a bard.
Well,
and
once she'll explain, like,
things
once he's able to walk and move, she'll start. If he really wants to, she can try to teach him some of what she knows.
And he says he'd appreciate that. And after that, you clearly see he's pretty worn out just from having like a half-hour conversation. So he's like, I'd like to rest again, and then he kind of almost falls back asleep without getting a response.
My poor guy. I begin healing him. He only has 55 points. I'm healing him for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems. Yeah, he seems, injury-wise, like hit points-wise, if you want to go that way, he seems fine. But it's, the recovery period of it, he took a lot of damage in one shot. And so just the overall recovery, the fact that, he'll be potentially walking around in another day or two of rest, even with magic and everything, that's still kind of a freaking miracle, because he was practically dead.
Oh, I'm miraculous.
Yeah. Anything else anyone wants to do during the rest of this day?
I forgot the whole reason why I
So-
brought up
believe so.
Antonio. I had a reason to bring up
okay.
Antonio.
Because you wanted your quarters back.
Because,
Oh, no. I'm perfectly fine with Antonio staying in there now.
because you wanted to touch him again for 55 hit points.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of cure wounds I could also cast, but no, oh, I remember. Well, no, now that I see that he's exhausted, I wouldn't ask him, no. Seems like too much of a drain on his, person.
Well, I mean, later on, this is like kind of, throughout the day.
Oh, true, yeah.
There's a couple times where he wakes up, for a little while and stuff like
I
that.
have to feed him.
I mean, you definitely find some time during that, because he's got to eat, and you got to make sure he gets food and water and stuff, and so yeah, you can talk to him during one of those times.
Yeah, I pretty much would ask him, because I'm pretty much, I know that he wants to eventually become a bard. Of course, I make sure no one's around because he told me in secrecy and all that other fun stuff. I asked him, if he plans on, Antonio, do you plan on, leaving the ship as soon as we are able to get you back and try barding that way, or?
Well, to be honest, I've kind of been a deckhand most of my life, but I'm definitely ready for the change. I don't think I'll continue on with them. I mean, Captain Argo's been great.
Yes.
You know, I mean, haven't worked with him for, haven't known him for any longer than you guys have, but
Yeah, totally.
He's treated me well. Yeah.
Well,
I think if it's okay, I'd like to travel with you guys for a bit.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Diana
Diana
offered to train me. And,
I heard.
You know.
Yes. As your official doctor, I was going to ask you. As your official doctor, priest, psychologist. Perfect. I say in 2 days' time, we should probably speak to the captain about this. Just so he's, aware. You should always give like a 2 weeks notice. And I think I don't know how far out we are anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, and like,
He kind of smiles at you.
I gotta make sure I prepare so many type of shielding spells. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
I will insight you, my friend. No, I won't. I mean, my passive is 15, but I got an 8.
Okay.
Normally, I'm good at these.
All right.
He's rolling 3s.
When he smiles at you, it is just a gorgeous smile. I mean, you're kind of just staring at him.
Don't you hate that you got married now?
I'm not married, and Rogar's
He's
For being
technically
a half-orc,
engaged.
which are not typically known by human standards to be considered attractive to most humans. He's got a hell of a smile.
Yeah. Rogar is slowly coming to terms that maybe he's polyamorous. He thinks this is probably okay. He'll ask the Holy One to make sure eventually.
All right. So, unless there's anything else for that day, yes, go ahead.
She's gonna try and enter that Starfield space, even though the stone is nowhere near her. She just wants to try and talk to someone that doesn't know what's going on, or just won't hate her.
Okay. So you go ahead and kind of try to get into that meditative state that Diana has taught you, and you're trying to concentrate. And I need a wisdom save from you this time.
Wish I was near you.
12.
Okay. And hold on. What was that? Okay. Nope, not that. This one. There we go. All right, you can, for a moment, it's like you can kind of feel the stone. You know that Diana has it on her. You know that she normally carries it in that bag of holding, and you can kind of feel its presence for a moment. Like it's okay, it's somewhat nearby, and I'm trying to concentrate. But as you attempt to extend your consciousness into it, you all of a sudden hit what feels like a wall of just solid steel that your mind has slammed against, and you take 22 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
As you are forcefully slammed back into your consciousness, and your eyes open, and your head is just throbbing and pounding, and you feel blood trickling out of your nose.
Oh god. Well, see, Eurydice isn't gonna stop. She's gonna try as many times as she can within that day. And then she's gonna keep trying throughout.
Didn't we just tell you not to do anything?
She's not going outside of her room. She just wants to talk to, like, I don't know, like her grandma or someone.
So why not just meditate normally?
Because she's never been able to talk to her grandma without the stone.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, please, if your hit points get low, message Rogar, please.
Oh yeah, no, I will.
I'll ask what the fuck is happening.
Speaking of which, what is your current hit point maximum?
63.
Just curious. 63, and you just took 22. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey.
At least she's staying in the room. That is
Okay,
what she's
good
doing.
to know.
Yeah,
We
she's not
also
causing any
told her
harm.
specifically not to do anything.
I'm
That's
not
physically
doing
impossible.
anything.
So-
I'm thinking and meditating.
That you're doing something, which
so-
is trying
I'm
to
not
reach
gonna
out to
just
the
sit
stone.
still
You're not
and
doing-
not breathe.
Doing
Purgatory.
nothing is doing something. It's called
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Okay, now,
Just gotta breathe.
yeah, and you're not there, so. All right, so go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Oh no, this one's worse. 9.
Oh no.
I just hear gas from
As
across the
you
room.
try again. And
I need to stop using the D&D Beyond dice now.
and man, that's going slow.
Ever since I got the metal ones, that's all I use.
Okay. As you try again, once again, you are slammed against what seems like just a wall, and then thrust back into your body.
So I'm just repeatedly like hitting a door.
This time, you only take 11 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
I
cool.
feel like you like pain.
Well, you
That's
know
the
what?
weird thing, Rogar.
Just say.
Do you wish to try again?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Do you wish to know
Okay.
more?
Roll again. Another wisdom save.
14.
So happy.
It's better than
Wow.
my mana rolls.
Once again, you
Yeah.
reach out with your. Once again, you reach out with your mind, trying, fighting through this headache, trying to reach out towards the stone. And I need you to actually make a perception check.
Okay.
Mm.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay. As you are reaching towards the stone, you all of a sudden feel a pull in a different direction.
I let
It's your
that.
choice whether or not to follow it.
I will let that pull me in its direction.
Okay. This time roll a wisdom check.
9.
Wow.
As
It's a
you
check though.
start to follow this direction, you're going and You feel like you've lost it. Roll another perception check.
14. I need bad dice.
Okay.
It's your dice.
Do you continue trying to stretch in the direction you were going? Or do you move a different direction? Or...
I keep going the direction I'm going.
Okay. You're continuing to reach out further.
I'm actively looking for that
I
pole
need
again.
I need another perception check.
14.
Okay.
Dice jail.
You feel like you are losing yourself. Like you are out at sea in the middle of nothing. Roll one more perception check. Unless you turn back.
No, I keep going. 22.
22. Faintly, you feel that pull. It's a little more to your right. And if you follow it, I will need one more wisdom check.
Okay. Now, question is, do I use the same dice or do I use a different one? I'm gonna use you. Come on. Come on. Come on. 12.
Okay. This time, that pull, you start to hone in on it.
Oh, sweet.
And as you get closer and closer, you actually start to come back to consciousness. And you realize somehow, you don't remember putting it there, but that Book of Tenebris is in your lap, and it feels warm to the touch. And you hear in your head, you feel like you're awake, but you still hear a voice. And that voice is your grandmother's once again, as she whispers so gently, "Follow the right path, dear. Don't chase that which brings danger."
Eurydice will wake up and start reading the book again. And she's actively going to like take notes in it. She is going to write in this book.
You are studying now. Got
yes,
it.
I am studying.
I think I have another
Okay.
copy.
Good. All right. So
And
now,
she doesn't like have any
does
like writing
anyone have
utensils.
anything?
She's
No, you would have stuff like that available. You know.
cool.
I actually
So
do have one more
yes.
thing I want to do.
Okay.
When in the room with Jacob again,
Hello.
taking all of the recounting and perspective from the crew members and the captain, she is going to go back to the song piece and incorporate their feelings into it through the notes in the same section where she had played her part of her perspective of it based on how she had felt. But instead of having it be a main piece, she's actually adding it as back chords for what's the word I'm looking for? There's the main sheet music, and then there's side pieces that play alongside of it to add something, and I can't remember the word.
Well, there's melody and harmony, and they can all be on one giant piece of sheet music or on separate pieces, depending on what instruments are incorporated.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's like there's the main piece she's writing from her view, but now she's adding side pieces that can be played alongside of it to incorporate outside perspective and feeling from those
Right.
moments
You're
in her life.
basically you're like creating. I mean, this is like your magnum opus that you're trying to do here. You are creating a complex combination of music and emotion, which can consist of voices, instruments, and everything. And so, I mean, you're like composing, like full on Mozart, Beethoven, etc. Kind of thing going on here. You're trying to create some masterpiece. So,
And
okay.
when doing that, she wants to try and focus on specifically the levitation that she had used once prior with the harp
Okay.
to see if it's incorporating smoothly.
Okay. I would call this a performance check.
Okay. 17 plus 11.
Way too high. Okay. So, it feels like everything is connecting extremely well as you are putting the notes down on the page and comparing that to what you've already got, and you're doing some testing of some of the notes and the harmonies using your voice, using the lyre, or it was a lyre.
It's a harp.
I believe, or harp. Yeah, using the harp.
I think it's a lyre because it's a hand size one, but
Yeah, it would be a liar.
But you're a liar. Damn liars! Oh no, sorry. But as you're kind of testing that out with your voice and the lyre, and checking the how they harmonize, how they fit together, making adjustments, changes, and stuff. You do feel yourself slowly lift up from where you're sitting.
And as she's doing this, because she's in the room with Jacob, she's gonna maintain the concentration on it so she doesn't lose it. But she's just gonna go, Jacob, 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 trying to get his attention.
Okay. You're floating.
And she's keeping focus on it so she doesn't lose it. So she's being very careful. Like, she's not looking at him. She's keeping her eyes on the sheet music, and she's still playing. But, like, so she doesn't lose that focus on the levitation. She's like, I'm figuring out more of the harp. So happy.
It's good. I'm glad.
And then she's gonna immediately lose it because she hits one wrong note and she just smacks into the floor.
Yeah. Well, no,
it happens.
That wasn't right, but
All right.
well, I mean, you're learning.
Okay, so that day goes into night, so to speak. You guys rest, and
Eurydice
next
actually
5
isn't
days-
resting.
Okay.
She's still studying.
Okay.
And likewise, Jacob isn't fully resting. He is actually going to be staying up a little longer. He wants to see towards his plans. He wants to start thinking about what he has just learned from the Dreamer of Dreams that day, and see if there is a possibility to incorporate that type of travel outside of this place.
Okay, so you're going to start trying to research from a magical aspect
Oh, hello, sir.
how that works. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, hello, sir.
All right.
Go puppy.
So,
It's a puppo. It's a Cooper boy.
the next 5 days
I just sorry.
go by, fairly normal. Nothing really out of the ordinary happens. You do whatever studying or reading that you're working on, or helping out on deck, occupying yourself with labor and busy work, uh, attending to a sick patient who is now getting better and now ambulatory, being able to walk around. You're all doing your different things. When you wake up one morning, it is 5 days have passed, 5 24-hour periods, so to speak, and shortly after you have breakfast.
Question, just to make sure I'm
Xerox,
clarifying for myself. 5 days in purgatory time or 5
24-hour periods. 25
That's-
cycles.
So the 25 cycles.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I needed. My brain, the time is wibbly wobbly
I
in my
know.
head,
It's
so I
very,
needed
it's
clarification.
very screwed.
I'm sorry, continue. I needed clarification.
Zera, at some point, I assume you make your way up on deck again.
I had stayed up on deck.
Yes.
I've been on the
Okay,
deck pretty much this entire time.
Pretty much all every day, all day, with the exception of meals. I assume. Okay. So
Yeah.
after you've taken your lunch or your breakfast, and you go back up to the deck, when you look out towards the bow of the ship, I need a perception check.
$17.
Okay. Through the kind of haze of nothingness, you begin to see off in the distance, it looks almost like 2 islands. It's almost like the area, the space around, like they're coming out of a fog. And in between these 2 islands, a giant, sparking, multicolored portal.
Okay, I'm gonna announce that to everybody. Does anybody else see this?
Blind.
And
Am I
as
crazy?
soon as you yell out that, you hear from the crow's nest, "Oi, Lando!" And he's
Just
pointing.
land.
People start, just getting up, moving around. A bunch of people run towards the bow.
Yeah.
And as you are moving closer, it seems like you are coming upon it, at a decent clip. The islands are getting bigger and bigger, and they seem to be floating in nothing.
No, okay.
And as you get closer and closer to these islands, you see, standing, or rather hovering,
Oh boy.
over the land, several dark, shadowy creatures. Some of them look almost like wisps of smoke and gray cloth. Others look like some strange beasts with wings that are not all there, almost as if you can kind of see through them. And yet others seem to be a part of the very shadowy essence itself. And as you get closer and closer to these islands, these things seem to start moving towards your ship.
No.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And now you all need to roll a wisdom save for me.
Hey, Antonio, you get +5 because you're next to me.
Like, we should all get that +5 because we're all kind of at the front of the boat together at this point. Aside from Eurydice, because she's not on deck.
Shit. I wouldn't want freaking Antonio next to me if we're gonna go to war. Whatever. Yeah, I guess we can all take it.
12.
So 5 added on?
Okay.
12 as well.
You guys, I'm good. I'm good.
I look over and I see that. Okay.
I got 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 5 is the dirty 20.
Okay.
My 16 plus 11, because plus 6 plus 5, so 27.
Just a 30 for me. Sorry.
Just a 30, you know, nothing, not too big of a
Just
deal.
anyone who got a 15 or higher, well, I should say anyone who got a 14 or lower,
Okay.
you feel just like it's almost an overwhelming feeling in your head, as if there was just this noise of the just very super loud noise. It's like screaming at your head for a second, but it's only a
I
second.
think we all
But
passed.
I didn't.
Some
I
of you
didn't.
got less than a 15. And that's all you get from it. Anyone who got a 15 or higher, you feel it. It almost feels, like just loud, painful noise. But what you also get from it is actual feeling. And that feeling, for those of you who got that 15 or higher, is a feeling of alarm and warning. And you know it's coming from the Dreamer of Dreams. And he is somehow broadcasting this feeling out to everyone on the ship, saying, basically, danger, Will Robinson type thing.
Oh my god.
Get ready for a fight.
Antonio, run.
And
Next week.
we're gonna end.
Mhm.
And that's where we're going to end tonight. That is correct. Next week. Because then you will get the joy of actually doing it on the map.
Haha.
But, all right. Want to thank everyone for joining us tonight who's watching. Don't forget, next week, about midway through the game, we're going to do a giveaway. And that's going to be for a $50 gift card to Hero Forge as a thank you to the community for getting us up over 500 Twitter followers, almost at 550 now. So thank you for that, and we hope to see you next week. Also, don't forget, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Klein and I are doing another of our collab builds in Tailspire, so we hope to see you there too. Anyway, that'll be it for us for this week. See you next week. Bye, everybody.